Hey guys, Kai from Kai's Take Corner here, and I finished work early, and guess what? What I found out as soon as I finished work and I got home? This week's chapter of the Promised Neverland, the Escape Arcs finale chapter, chapter 37, has landed and has hit. And I can't believe how much info we have gotten here. And we also found out the reveal of Mama's child. And it really made a lot of sense, even after my theory video, that there were 3 possible candidates. But the one that ended up being the truth-worthy candidate was none other than Ray. But we'll talk more about that when we dive into the chapter. So this chapter opens up with a colour spread, of course, with the first page, indicating of how much Emma is saying goodbye to Greenfield House, and how they're going to miss it and everything, all their memories and their loves in that house. And then it continues on with a flashback of when Isabella was a child, when she was part of the plantation as well, and she fell in love with a character called Leslie, one that really has a lot of characters of some other anime characters like Orochimaru and stuff like that, who ended up dying and ended up getting dispatched as well, and she fell in love. Isabella definitely was the Emma of the group by the looks of this, how she always jumped out and everything, and you can see it here in the chapter as well, how much she loved this. Leslie, by the looks of this flashback, learned that he loves to sing and everything, and create this tune, this melody that Mama loved, and she sang to herself all the way through, and she wanted to hear it because she didn't know what it was or anything like that, and she wanted to hear it more, and she did, and it just is great about that as well, how she ended up, and Leslie told her not to tell anybody about it, and that it will just be a song about that. And this is all a flashback until the day that Leslie had to go, where it was his time. You know, like Norman's time or Connie's time. But I'm going to be talking a little bit later on at the end of this chapter that there could be a connection with Leslie to that mysterious guy that was leaving messages within those books of how to escape and where those things. There could be a reason for this, and I will talk a little bit more about that later on. And after this, when Leslie went, he literally fell apart. She fell apart. Leslie ended up dying, and when it came to her turn to have the option, become a mama or get killed, she chose to die because she was shocked when she found out, and that's when she carried on all the way through, even to the point where she ended up giving birth to a child and everything, and we learned all her progression of where she ended up being. Where she been given Plantation 3, you know, the Greenfield House and everything, and she continued, and by the looks of it, it seems like she was happy to return to the house that she grew up with, and she was loving and giving care and everything, and she really has no regrets about it. At one point, she walks up to Ray because he was sitting by a tree and everything, and she goes on and going, "Ray, where did you learn that tune?" And Ray, and then it suddenly does a flashback panel within of Ray flashing back of where he heard it, and she went, and he just went, "Mama, why did you give birth to me?" So it was revealed that Ray is the biological son of Isabella, and then it goes back to the present, during the current time when she found that all the ropes are gone and everything. So that. And the reason why she decided to go the mama route is because she wanted to survive. And during the time, she always sung that melody while Ray was in her stomach, while she was still pregnant with Ray. And it just shows to everybody that it just really seems to be one of the main things of the chapter that really does show that she always loved and she has no regrets. She just wanted to live, and it just showed that that was the option when she was given. And it all came up to be that it doesn't matter now. She is defeated. She allowed 15 of her children to escape, so she's going to be dead. That is the consequences behind this. It doesn't matter. She ends up taking all the blankets that were ended up becoming the ropes and everything, and she's going back, And she continues going that if she kept Corona around a little bit longer and everything, she didn't allow Norman to go up to the cliffs or anything, would it be different? No, but she kept on now starting to keep on repeating herself that this is her defeat, this is her defeat. And it really does show that it is her defeat. We then get some more flashbacks of some memories when Emma was a child and Norman and Ray were children, and that she wished she could love them normally, you know, like a normal mother would love her children normally, and she didn't have any of the reasons behind this false face. She wanted to be a normal mother. She wanted to love the children she's looking after like a proper orphanage and everything, and not have to end up at a certain age, have to give them away, everything, and she's just saying farewell and staying safe by waving over the cliff, over the edge where they went, and she just said, if the world will permit it, I sincerely hope you all find a light at the end of the tunnel. So she is now willing to letting them go. She's now willing. She accepted her defeat and everything, and even Phil realised that Mama was upset. He goes, Mama, and Isabel just replies and going, don't worry, darling. They've all made it out safe. She's now accepted it and now is happy that they've escaped, that they don't need to be able to be given this whole food process system. And she's going, I'm sorry, children. And she's just saying, sorry, children, you must have been scared in the cold and dark. Because this is really what happened. And she started singing her favourite song because none of the kids heard it, and she decided to sing that favourite song to all the children. See, I think she's learned that I think it's about time that she's done this, and it really does show how much this incident has changed the way she thinks. After this, it goes on and we see Emma and the other kids running and saying that they finally made it outside, and it's been 3 months since that night when they found Connie dead and everything, and all this escape planning and everything started to be processed. And everything's going to be fine, and that even though they're now in a world filled with demons, and that they're food for them, they're now any demon that doesn't go through the proceed ways of human flesh, really will just kill these kids if they get the chance. So they have to now fight for survival and fight in the wilderness, because there's no society for them now in this world, and there's no human society for them to live in at the moment. They haven't found, because they just escaped. There's no paradise at the moment they found. They are trying to find their way into that freedom, that there is still some humans, some humans in this event. And Emma then mentions that they will come back for Phil and the other children, and that's the thing in the shout, she will. Well, because it then ends with the date, January 15th, 2046. 15 humans have escaped from the Gracefield plantation, and that is where the escape arc ends. This chapter for the Promised Neverland was a really great chapter. I've warmed up a little bit more to Isabel, the mama of Plantation 3 of the Greenfield house. I warmed up more to her character. I feel sorry more to her that she actually had a lover that she loved that ended up dying before her, and when it was her turn, she went the route that she thought was the best option. Escape, by the looks of things, never came to her mind, and never really came to thought about trying to escape, to be able to be free. So she became what she is because she had no choice. She didn't think of an option. She didn't think about escaping. She probably did, but what's the point? She became a mama for Plantation 3 because she had no other option. She went through the whole training of becoming a mama. She ended up going through the, I think process of getting pregnant to give birth to Ray, of all people. As we all know, Ray is one of those children that is able to remember stuff since birth, or even while he's in his mother's stomach, and so when he was humming that song and everything, he allowed Mama to realise that I am your son. I know what is going to happen to me, and you're willing it to happen because I am your biological. Because even on that panel when she looked shocked and sad that she found her son, because I bet you as soon as he's born, they're separated from birth. So, her to find Ray and find out that Ray is actually her son, it was heartbreaking to know that by the certain age, by the age of 12, she will have to give him up again. And that is heartbreaking for a lot of parents as well, but definitely for Isabella, that had to go through this and loss of Leslie and everything. But I'll be talking more about Leslie because I have a great theory at the end of the stay tuned at the end of this review. I'll be talking about it near the end of the title card more during the end title card sequence, so there won't be no check out my other video, they will just appear. But I have a great theory about Leslie and everything and everything. But the end of this chapter really was a great way to end this arc, and I cannot wait for the next arc to begin when they're outside from the plantation and everything's now starting to be what I was hoping for, of them escaping and them showing everything that they wanted and be able to see the world as it is. Anyway, I've been your host, Kai from Kai's Take a Corner, member of the 00 Club and the Universe Facebook paint groups. And you can check my Facebook fan page down in the video description down below. Follow me on Twitter as well. And when they appear, you can check out all the other videos that I've uploaded in the past, along with the playlist. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. But stay tuned, and let's talk about the Leslie character that appeared in Chapter 37 of The Promised Neverland. So Leslie, a character that appeared in The Promised Neverland, this chapter via flashback, was a child that Isabella, during her time in the plantation, we don't know if it was Plantation 3, if it was the Greenfield house, then that's good, was the lover interest for Isabella. Now, we know during this bit there were messages hidden within these books. We know we saw that Leslie ended up being there, but we did not see him get killed. Isabella might have expected him being killed, but that he could have escaped. There could have been an instant where he escaped and probably ended up rescuing Norman. Because like I said, Norman has vanished. We have seen a memory of Norman standing there last chapter, talking to Ray, but as long as I know about anime and manga, if you don't see the deaths of characters, they are not dead until you know they're dead, until you see a body. And even with this series is a Shonen Jump title, and the fact that we didn't see Norman die or Leslie die in that flashback or in the main current timeline in the year 2046, there's still a high possibility they are both actually still alive. They managed to escape somehow, but there is a high, low 1% chance that they are alive. But saying that, we had One Piece and we had Sabo in One Piece that is now alive and well, and we didn't see him actually die. And there was other characters as well within other shonen titles that is still characters that haven't been coming back yet, but are most likely still alive. Now, Leslie, could he be the guy, the man that's living in that other human, that secret human civilization that's still living among the demons? And putting all those messages in those books. You know, those hidden secret messages that Emma and some of the kids ended up finding in those books, of telling about all the demons and all the plans and all the information that they found in those with those symbols. Now that is the question. Is it possible that he is the one that's given all this information? And could he have a way? Could he have been able to find a way to save Norman before he got killed? Because he realised that he's got great information. He could be a great asset to his type of revolutionary army. That is the question. Is there going to be some form of a revolutionary army within the series, similar to there being one in the One Piece universe? But this one is much more to fight and overcome the demons and reclaim Earth. There is all the possibilities. I have a funny feeling, I have a strong feeling, definitely with my theory with Mama, who is the biological child of Isabella, and it turned out to be Ray thanks to this chapter. I'm actually more curious now that this theory could actually be a very strong contender with that as well. as well. So Norman could still be alive, and this Leslie character could still be alive, and could be the man that's been putting those subliminal symbol messages within those textbooks that Isabella has gotten. What do you think about this theory? Comment down below, and I'll see you next time for another Promised Neverland review. See ya, bye bye for now.